We now return to Let's Play City Skylines and the jazz music. Alright, well, we'll let things continue on, and we're going to do a major revamp of the industrial area. But first, I'm going to add another neighborhood in here. You know what, let's just do this way instead. Slightly better. Okay, that'll develop in a very strange and unusual way, and I actually don't... You know what? We're just gonna get rid of that. We'll do something else here. I don't know what. Maybe a parking lot? Kind of weird to do that. I went ahead and put a basketball court in there. And maybe I'll just put a bunch of trees or something. I'm sure I can find something that will go in there. Anyway, let's put something along the opposite side here. And what should that be? A dog park? We have a dog park. We do have a dog park. Find something new. Tropical garden? Wait, I don't know. Would a tropical garden go well? What else do we have? Large playground. What about a small playground? That's right there, though. Boy, I wish I had more options. I really wish I had more options. I don't want to put the botanical garden there. Well, I mean, I could put a tiny, tiny little thing there. Let's see if I have not one of those. Okay, what about this weird thing? What is this? Can poor health be something to be proud of? Apparently, yes. The Lazarette Plaza is a scenic area where people like to visit. Okay, sure. Down you go. And we'll go ahead and make ourselves a little connection. Oops. Alright. Adding just a bit more. Get rid of that one. Okay, there we go. We'll watch that fill in for a bit. And then, okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to move this off the road. Now, this is going to be a bit of an issue because we need to empty this one first before I can get rid of it. It's already 53% full. Oh, hey, is that the waste transfer truck? It sure is. Okay, cool. So at least that's working. We just need it to work better. So I'm going to empty that out, and then I'm going to push this over. And what I want to put along the side here, instead of having this strange little gap, I want to use some of these much larger buildings. And they are much larger, and have those kind of fill. I don't actually know that I want to use this one, the lemonade factory. This thing is enormous. Maybe we'll put this somewhere else, but things like that can fit along the side, kind of like this building fits right along the road. I kind of want to line that up on the outside, and what that should allow me to do then is line this up maybe right about there. At this intersection, so that we can... Well, this is actually pretty... Well, so I redid the bridge, because it was a little bit too low. So I raised it up, and then I just got rid of the little weird thing that was going on here and just extended the bridge. So maybe if I instead have this connect here... Let me have a look real quick. That is the spot. Okay. So I'll have to see exactly. But if I move all this over and then square this corner up with this, might be able to line it up in such a way that everything will fit a little bit better, and hopefully maybe we can alleviate some of this by pre-leveling the area. Although I don't know, that is a very drastic hill. It's a very... You can actually see it more from down here. That is quite the elevated spot. Other things I wanted to do that I was thinking about. I want to do something with this, and let's connect up a road here. Let's do... Grab this one, and we will pull it over here. And maybe pull it back a little bit. Well, no. I want it to kind of go, let's say, here. And then like that. Now, that is a very ugly intersection, but it does work. Might be better to angle that out, actually. Oh, it does not. It janks really badly. Alright. How about coming at it from this angle? That's much better. Well, it still creates the diamond intersection. So in order to actually fix that... No, I don't know. I mean, it makes the street straight. It just gives us a very tight turn that I'm not a huge fan of, but it'll work. And then, now, let's get this rail line going. How far do I have to stretch the damn thing to make it fit? Bring it to this. So that's still not gonna go. So it's gotta go. Oh, wow, because this is a hill. This is still gotta go up. Okay. Well, what do you say to that? Let's just see. Plenty of clearance. Okay, perfect. Although now we're bringing it out to a weird angle that I'm not a super fan of, so let's not do that. And then I gotta bring it on 2, right? Okay. Boy, this is just all kinds of ugly, and what I could really do is just eliminate that entirely and then just have a big slope there. This is all kinds of screwed up. What I'd actually kind of like to do... Okay, I'll worry about this later, probably off camera, but I maybe want to drag this down and then create a little gully here so that it goes down into the ground and then have that sort of bridge over it. I think that'll look a little bit better than this climbing snake thing that I got going on here. But anyway, let's bring this back down to the ground, and I'll fix it from there some way, somehow. So let's do. Okay, you're gonna have to. You know what? That is not what I wanted. No. There you go. That's what I need to do. Good, good. That's exactly what I wanted to do, is flatten that out. Kind of like it to flatten out along the ridge, but that's okay too, I guess. So, we need to jump the gap here at some point. Actually, goes here and then something like this. And then we'll have it connect in like that. Okay. And then this will produce another little chute here so that we can create a little triangle. But now we're at least connected up to the other side of the land, and you know what? Looking at the elevation, a tunnel might be a better choice, although once it gets up here, it's pretty hard to do that. And obviously we don't want this road shooting through it and then having to stop at the tracks, if I can help it. Okay, well, this whole idea maybe doesn't work out so well. But anyway, it is connected now. We have a connection to the outside line. And, yeah, I guess those tracks curve. Okay, cool. Yeah, maybe I will just make a tunnel, and then it'll have to pop out up and over here, because I also don't want it to cross over here when we build the park. Okay, well anyway, we'll get that going. Another thing I noticed whilst I was screwing around over here is that I've actually got a whole crop ton of crops just hiding out in these silos. So, like that's almost full. So I figure we can maybe put some more industry down to help with that. And in particular, what I actually also need is animal products, although flour seems to be going down. So the first thing I wanted to do is a flour mill, a second flour mill. And then I was also thinking maybe another animal products industry, but I don't know, this seems to be fluctuating how much we have of that. Anyway, so in order to put another one in here, I need to put it in lengthwise because it's not going to fit the way this one does. And what I figured I could do is maybe do a little back road connection here. So this is going to be a fun little experiment to see if I can make this work, because I have my doubts. Okay, well let's try it from a different direction. Okay, let's actually make it snap. That one does work, okay. Good, good. And then we'll... Oh, I did that. Okay, that works. So, obviously they will have to stop here, but since this will not hopefully be a main traffic route, we won't have to worry too much about that. Let's go back into this and plunk down yet another one of these. And hey presto. Goes right there. And yeah, that'll work. So I could do more parking. I don't know. Maybe do something here. Not sure what that would be. Another silo, possibly. It's okay. I would like to I would love to put trees in here to fill this in, but because of pollution, they look like this. So it doesn't look as good. And speaking of good trees, looks like some of these have finally grown back from being burned down. So that's nice anyway. Okay, so we got that going. This intersection here is becoming quite a nightmare, and it is possible it would be better to do something like putting a 4-lane in here. Let's maybe think about upgrading this. This gives me now a turn lane anyway. Boy, just blazed right through that. You're not supposed to be turning on red. You don't turn left on red. Okay, well. But anyway, having dedicated turn lanes may help a little bit. And I guess, in that case, we could maybe do the same thing here. Having something like that. Or let's just go with that one. Whoa, error occurred, uh-oh. Well, I hope that wasn't important. Anyway. Boy, I just don't like the look of any of that. Okay, what do we need? What do we need to do here? We need more commercial and or people. Which is weird because we happen to have spaces. How did these get knocked out back here? That's just a dead space. Okay. See, look at this. These people would be scraping their heads along the ceiling in there on the first floor. Okay. Yeah, so let's continue on here. Add another thing in here, I guess. I could put a tennis court in. Okay, it would have to go in a different direction. Oh, this one will fit. Sure. Put a tennis court in here. And another thing that I would like to do, and maybe I can go ahead and do it already, is change a policy in the central city. I do not like how these go like this. Could we maybe get row houses out of this? We don't need row houses, we just need it to fill in the damn squares. There we go. Okay, let's get rid of you, get rid of you. I'd like to change the policy of Central City here. And I'd like to add in... Where is it? Self-sufficient buildings is in somewhere in here. Taxation? No. What this will do is it'll make green-looking buildings. Kidding me. Okay, high-tech housing. Is it? Oh, it's one of these. Self-sufficient buildings. They recycle their waste, produce energy with solar panels, they consume less electricity, produce less garbage, they generate less tax income, but let's be honest, we're not making much by a tax income anyway. What are the other alternatives here? IT cluster. Office specialize into IT. That might be fun. What else do we have here? No commercial specialization. Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. 30% less tax income in the most populated area in the city? Maybe that wouldn't be such a great idea. I just would like it to change the appearance of the buildings and make them look a little bit better. We do, actually. Let's see if I can find some. We've actually been getting some really good buildings, like this one. Valley Residence. Okay, that's not the best one, though. Okay, this is a modernish looking one. No. Am I in the wrong neighborhood? Maybe I'm in the wrong neighborhood. I was starting to get some futuristic buildings here. Oh, like this one, for example. The fashionable fashion shoppe. I guess that one's sort of. Commercial center with very strange looking blocks. So they are changing. They are adapting, which is good. Now there's one specifically I was looking for. Oh, okay. I've added a few parking lots to the mall, as well as a plaza. Kind of started sprucing things up out here. Let's go ahead and put, since we have some commercial demand, let's go ahead and continue this. We'll put some in here. And hopefully, oh good, I did. We'll flatten that out. Let's think about some other things to put in. So, this central area in all of these blocks, I would actually like to fill in with something and use them as sort of an inner road. Oh yeah, I also fixed the elementary school here finally. I just added a turn lane in so that they can drop off their kids. Speaking of, I think we kind of need another school too. Yes, we are just barely not in capacity. So we've got, that's a high school. We could put another community college in, or community school rather. Capacity is significantly less. No, I mean 50 kids, but 50 kids is 50 kids, that's a lot. What we do need though is a public library. See, now this is what I could put in. Like I could have this jut in with a little bit of an inner road. Yeah, you know what? Let's do it. We're gonna pause for a moment, tear you out, and I do like avoiding having that stuff on the main road, but I'm gonna go ahead and change my mind on that one. So let's do a 2-lane little thing here. I feel like that's maybe too far. And we can do one of these. Okay, that is going to be probably too long. That's another shot about there. And we'll something like that. Okay. And then something like that. And then we will add in another library right in there and keep some of this going here. You're telling me that I can't? Okay. You know, I'm not sure that people want to be right in the back side of the library. So maybe we'll just eliminate that. In fact, let's just eliminate this whole thing. And then we'll just kind of open that one up. Right here in the central town, I need to fix the junctions, because we can't be having that. Yeah. And I don't know, I'll probably put some parking lots in here. Just a nice, somewhat important thing to have. I mean, it's not very many parking lots for a library, but you know. Did I not de-zone you? Okay. What else? Okay. So is this done yet? That's still 24%. It's still emptying. That's alright. We can preemptively get on this, and in order to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and put down... Well, let's just put these down. And then we'll eliminate, I guess, this. And so a lot of this I'm going to eliminate, just this generic industry. But I will have a smattering of these around. So I'm going to put, like I said, these specialized buildings in here. But I'm going to just take out a couple blocks here and there for it to make it work. So this whole thing's going to have to come crashing down. Let's move you over to here for a moment. And I don't know, should I tie this up with this first so I have a grid? Maybe that would be wise. Although then we're not keeping it, because this is spaced correctly. Although if I spaced it the other way... Nah. Okay. But we can foreshorten this one just a bit, that's alright. Okay, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of... You know what? I'm gonna get rid of a lot of this, actually. We just dropped a bunch of demand for this anyhow, so I'm not entirely sure where it's gone. I take it this is just leftovers. And I may just have to forcibly... Okay, so let's pause for a moment because this is going to be a major ordeal. Come in here, grab this one, bring her down. Now I just want to see, actually. Let's look at some industry buildings. How many, excuse me, how many of these are actually going to fit? One. Can you just maybe... So that would fit. Okay, you know what? We're going to have to take out a few more roads here. Otherwise, I'm never going to be able to see how this works. And let's add, I don't know, just a quick temporary road here. Okay. So, that one would fit. This one definitely won't. That one won't. Okay. some of these are just damned enormous. So maybe I'd like to actually move it even further. Oh boy. Why are they so big? Okay, and then let's look at some warehousing. Okay. So the immediate thing that I'm seeing here that is going to be a problem is that many of these are long and have the short-way entrance. Which means that it is going to be quite a pain. I could have to do a lot of dead ends, and I don't really like that. Don't like that at all. But I could make them pathways, but pathways add in intersections. That doesn't work. Well, maybe it would just be best. Let me just do a quick experiment in here. So we're looking at like a 1, 2. Could be looking at. So we'd still get about the same amount out of it if I did that with lengthwise. We'd just be cutting these in half here. Yeah, I just don't like any of these options right now. We're getting a lot more T-junctions. But I could shorten it up. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to eliminate pretty much all the industry here, kicking all of this out. Oh, okay, well that's a major overhaul that is going to have to wait. But I could possibly shrink this down and expand the side over here. But even if I did that, I could still get a full 4 in here. And then leave a gap along the backside, which might still be okay. Because we would have had a, well, if I had built anything along here, it would still had quite the close call. And let's look at other industries real quick here. So like these kinds of things are pretty small, looks like. Well, this might actually be enough. These ones specifically would have to be... I'd have to extend this. Oh, and that's another thing I want to do too. While I'm here, let's just go ahead and do this on camera real quick and see if I can just get this done. So what I want to do is I actually want to eliminate that, and then I want to make a separate district with these zones in them. And then this will encompass sort of its own industrial district that we will then kind of put out here and out here. And this is what I'm going to label as Summergate, and then I'll just rename the farms themselves and all that, keeping the industry as their own thing. And then this way I can have industrial policies that affect everybody, since these don't have their own policies that would actually improve anything like pollution or whatever. So yeah, I'll go ahead and reconfigure all this off camera, I guess. And then what? We're down on industry, but I feel like as soon as the game realizes there's no more industry here, that's going to go up. So rather than fill this all in again, I think I'd like to do, as I said, put in the big buildings, and then we'll extend out here, finish these farms off. And one of the things I thought about was maybe moving the garbage to this hill here. It's kind of flat, and it would enable me to start dragging a road up, and maybe just have it connect up in here. And then we could have sort of the landfill recycle center here, sort of in the middle of all of the industrial, and it would be much closer, and I could have it continue its own roadway to maybe then connect to this roadway to get up here, and it would just be easier perhaps for it to get in amongst all of this stuff, because I don't want to send it further. The further I send it, the longer it's going to take to collect garbage. The only problem is it's windy up here, and I don't know how I can tell the wind direction but I don't want that stuff flowing over the city. I feel like that's a thing, or am I thinking of Sim City? That's in Sim City, isn't it? Wind direction. So maybe it won't have an impact. I don't know. Anyway, I'd like to tighten this up and start getting a little bit more of an idea here. Fill this in. I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and lay out the whole thing off camera as well, putting in these. I'm getting kind of burned out on figuring out things to put in the center, but I guess if I just slam down the same park over and over and over, well, that's how it's going to be. Oh no! This park burned down. The playground burned down. Wow. How? My god. I mean, the fire department's literally down the road. How are we getting things burned down with such frequency? It's really annoying. Anyway. Okay. Well, this episode, unfortunately, wasn't a whole lot of much of anything. Just a lot of prevaricating as usual, but we'll continue on next time.